It's been a while since I've made a weird Canadian kid shows. Oh, that is not good. Oh, that's ridiculously sweet. Anyways, it's been a while since I've made a weird Canadian kid shows, and it's gonna be a while more because now it's October and it's time for spooky Canadian kid shows. Oh my god, it's like biting into something really sweet. And it's too sweet. I'd like to take this time to introduce my guest. This is Indiana Bones. You might recognize him from one of my earlier videos, the late night something. Late at night. I don't know, it was a sketch I made last year. Indiana Bones is going to be joining me for this episode of Spooky Canadian Kid Shows, where we're taking a look at Frightenstein. Yeah, the hilarious house of it, in fact. The hilarious house of Frightenstein is something that's been on my radar and something that I wanted to make a video about for a while now. The first time I had ever actually heard about it was in Cinemassacre Monster Madness, and I sought it out. I watched a couple episodes, and then I completely forgot about it. It was actually after doing my last 2 Spooky Canadian Kid Show videos last year that I was like, oh fuck, I forgot to do Frightenstein. But this year, we're getting it in. So what is Frightenstein? The Hilarious House of Frightenstein was distributed by CBS, ran for 130 episodes, and was originally released in 1971. The main attractions in this show were Billy Van and Vincent Price, although it also featured the talent of Fishka Ray, Guy Big, Mitch Markowitz, and Julius Summer Miller. The show pictured a plethora of kooky characters, some of which were very clearly inspired by the classic Universal monsters, such as Count Frightenstein, who's a mixture of Dracula and Frankenstein, Igor, the Wolfman, as well as some other supporting monsters that had an educational spin on them. You might be wondering what Vincent Price would be doing on this low-budget Canadian children's television show, but apparently that was the appeal. Price was attracted to doing something that was for kids. He did about 400 segments over the course of 4 days, for what is a considerably small fee of $1,300. According to IMDb, there's a new Hilarious House of Frightenstein in development. Other than Vincent Price, the most recognizable talent on the show, as mentioned earlier, was Billy Van. Born in Toronto, Ontario, he was a staple of early Canadian television, appearing on shows like the Wayne and Schuster Hour. I found this fact really interesting while researching the show, but apparently, while the majority of the show is played for laughs, the science segments that were featured regularly on the show had a genuine professor who studied under Albert Einstein. That's fucking crazy. They had a guy who studied under Albert Einstein on this little Canadian spooky kid show. The show was mostly improvised. I also find this fact funny, that Count Frightenstein is considered the 13th son of Count Dracula. The one thing that I found while researching the show is Vincent Price's constant professionalism and kindness to the people on set. Apparently, the crew were very impressed by his ability to perform all of his scenes at a rapid pace. He took the crew out for breakfast and lunch, he wrote a personal note to every crew member when his time was done, and he had gone out of his way to buy beer for the crew, and he spent a few hours telling stories and answering questions about Hollywood. So it just seems like classic Vincent Price being a great guy. I'm a big Vincent Price fan, which is what drew me to do this for this Spooktober, and it's something that I frankly strongly recommend you check out. I'm very enthusiastic about the show because I kind of love the classic monsters. I like how kooky and weird it is. Vincent Price is fantastic, as always. And yeah, I really found it endearing, and it has a lot of charm. What do you think, Bones? Interesting. The Wolfman segments get trippy as hell. I mean, it is quite literally like your TV dropped acid. I mean, what the fuck is going on? I am utterly convinced that acid or mushrooms were extremely popular on the production. Oh, It's like caking onto my tongue and I can feel it on my teeth. I'm gonna have to drink like fucking cleaning fluid of any kind. You want some? Yeah. Okay. It is intended for kids, but it has a genuine sense of humor, and it really seems to me like something that you could throw on, just have on the background over Halloween. I really wish that I had this when I was a kid, because this would have been right up my alley. I've always been into monsters. Like, as far as the classic film monsters go, that was a little bit older, like, probably middle school. But I've always been interested in, like, Bigfoot, Ogopogo, Loch Ness Monster, UFO, since I was a little kid. So that kind of, like, campy monster fun has been something that I've always enjoyed. So, like I said, I wish I had it when I was young. I bet you wish you were alive to watch it. Like, it's like knockoff brand Fuzzy Peach. Like Maynard's Fuzzy Peach. It's like knockoff brand Fuzzy, like left in the sun, got rock hard, and the flavor's bad, and they're sun bleached, and it's gross. I don't like it. The costumes are a lot of fun. The characters are all distinct and unique. The cooking segment was hilarious.
Now, they don't mix too well, so we better ask, so what do we got here? I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna use it. Sacred cow milk. Wow. Maybe we're gonna use it. That might be good too. What the heck?
Billy Van is great, like I said. Vincent Price, phenomenal. And yeah, you can find some of the episodes on YouTube, and there is a DVD somewhere out there, so if you get the opportunity to, at least check it out online. Like, the music is very oddball. Like, it's very of its time, but I think that adds to the charm. Thanks for watching this episode of Spooky Canadian Kid Shows. Catch you on the flip side.
Ghosts and ghouls with greenish skin. So close your eyes and you will find that you've arrived in Frightenstein. Perhaps the Count will find a way to make his monster work today. For if he solves this monster mania, he can return to Transylvania. So welcome where the sun won't shine, to the castle of